And tonight we're getting some new details about that Trump-Trudeau dinner from two people who were at the table. We are told that when Trudeau told President-elect Trump that new tariffs would kill the Canadian economy, Trump joked to him that if Canada can't survive without ripping off the U.S. to the tune of $100 billion a year, then maybe Canada should become the 51st state and Trudeau could become its governor. Right.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So once again, we got to talk about how Trump is putting on a clinic for how to lead this country from a position of strength. Okay, as the mainstream liberal media mocked his threats of tariffs, the only thing they want to talk about is how tariffs allegedly are going to cause more inflation and that the American people are going to be hurt so bad by tariffs, right? They only talk about one side of the equation here, okay? However, they never talk about the other side, because if they talked about the other side and what is actually happening here, which is that Trump is using tariffs as a negotiating tool, then it actually makes Trump look competent and strong, which is what he is as a leader in business and real estate. The guy has learned the art of the deal. He's learned how to negotiate, and that is currently what he's doing with Mexico and Canada and China as well too, when it comes to his threats of tariffs against them if they do not meet our demands, specifically when it comes to Canada and Mexico, of securing their borders to stop the flow of illegals into the United States and drugs as well. Take a look.
Well, meantime, some new developments along our northern border. Two Canadian men busted after smuggling over 1,100 pounds of cocaine that is worth more than $40 million. Illinois State Police say the cocaine was found inside a semi-truck after a stop for an inspection in Illinois, just outside of Davenport, Iowa. And it comes as President-elect Trump has threatened to impose new tariffs on Canada and Mexico unless the countries crack down on illegal immigration and smuggling. Now, Canada's Prime Minister Justin Trudeau vowed to Parliament he would work side by side with the U.S., pledging to protect Canadians from the tariffs.
The reality is we're going to continue to work constructively with the incoming administration to do what Canada and the U.S. have always done. When it comes to drugs, Mr. Speaker, we've taken serious steps on that, and we'll continue to.
So just days ago, Trudeau made a visit to Mar-a-Lago, saying he had an excellent conversation with the president-elect, with Trump emphasizing how the prime minister has made a commitment to stop the drug flow here into the U.S. So
yeah, so you see that, you heard that. Now, we're getting more details about how that meeting actually went down and what was said, allegedly said at that meeting. And it really does show you how Trump is just not somebody to be played with, how he deals with foreign leadership, and why I'm so glad that the man is back in office, okay? Because we're being ripped off by a lot of these countries, even our so-called allies, and Trump is like, no more of that, right? No more of that. And Justin Trudeau, again, apparently he told Trump that, your tariffs will destroy the Canadian economy, right? And again, that is why he flew out to Mar-a-Lago, because he knew that Trump was serious about his threats and the consequences of those threats. And I find what Trump said to Justin Trudeau as he was on his knees begging, please don't hit us with the tariff, right? You're going to destroy us. I found Trump's response to be amazing.
At 12 minutes after the hour, another big story is the president-elect and the things that he's already talking about doing when he takes over. One, if you guys don't seal up your border in the north and seal up your border in the south, Mexico and Canada, 25% tariffs. And China, if you don't clean up the fentanyl situation, 10% on anything coming into our country. So right away, there was a call from Trudeau, and then there was a visit. And he went down, he goes, let's just work this out. At which time, I think they were very blunt to each other. Yeah. And it looks as though in a standoff, he said, you got to fix your border. We got tens of thousands coming in. It's a lot less of a problem than the north, than the south. But there's a huge problem because you're not putting any assets there. The other issues is the drugs that come through to the governor of New Hampshire. But then when they started talking, he said, you can't put 25% tariffs on us. It will destroy my country, he said.
Right. And Fox News has spoken to two people who were at that table with Trudeau and the president. And the president was very direct about what he wants. He said Canada is letting in drugs and people from 70 different countries. And then Here's a quote that you'll find at foxnews.com. The president-elect told the prime minister, if Canada cannot fix the border issues and trade deficit, he will levy a 25% tariff on all Canadian goods on day one when he returns to office. And Trudeau, there was a little laughter there, then Trudeau told him he can't levy the tariff because it would kill the Canadian economy completely. And Trump replied, asking, so your country can't survive unless it's ripping off the U.S. to the tune of $100 billion. And then Trump suggested to Trudeau that Canada become the 51st state, which caused the prime minister and others to laugh nervously. Also, reportedly, one person at the table said, well, Mr. President, that would be a very liberal state if Canada became a state. And then Trump said something like, well, there could be a liberal state and a conservative state. But nonetheless, he made it very clear. This is what he wants to happen. And, you know, as we reported yesterday, stuff is happening. They're adding more resources to our northern border.
So boom. Boom. That's how it's done, folks. That's how it's done. That's leadership right there, guys. It's called using leverage. See, this is why when the mainstream liberal media out here film market, you're gonna be terrorists, and the American people not gonna like it. Right? The anthropology major on CNN, you guys know the woman, right, that believes she's smarter than everybody, right? That she understands the economy and business more so than people who actually have done business. Okay. Yeah, somebody should show her this clip and say, well, what do you got to say about this? Right? What do you have to say about the fact that Trump has leveraged the threat of tariffs to essentially get an agreement from Canada that's in the best interest of the United States of America? Because that's clear and obvious what he was doing from the beginning. I said this from the beginning. I was like, no. This is just negotiations. People got to understand, we have more leverage than these people. A lot of these countries can't survive without us, right? We're subsidizing these people, okay? We subsidize a whole lot of our so-called allies. We do most of the leg work, okay? Without us, they couldn't survive. Same thing goes for Mexico, too. Mexico needs us more than we need them. Canada needs us more than we need them. And don't get me wrong, I love our Canadian brothers and sisters. And I don't want to hurt our brothers and sisters up north. And the same thing goes for our Mexican brothers and sisters too. Okay? Te amo, Mexico! But we got to have a fair deal. Okay? We have to have fair trade. Okay? Fair trade. And that is what Trump is saying. It's really that simple. Okay? If you're allowing illegals and drugs across the border, that's a problem. You need to step it up. Okay? When it comes to your enforcement of the things that are crossing your border into our country. And again, there's part about this that the liberal media, they never want to talk about is the other side of the equation where tariffs actually hurt the other countries that we're putting tariffs on more than they hurt us. They always want to talk about how much it hurts us, okay? But they don't talk about how it's going to hurt the other country, and that's why they're not going to happen. Because if they were to happen, it would destroy the other country. It wouldn't destroy us. It would hurt us, but it wouldn't destroy us, right? And that's why the other country is going to come to the table and do exactly what Trump is demanded. And that's what you're seeing right here from Justin Trudeau. Trump had the man on his knees, begging for mercy, begging for mercy. Only Trump, man, only Trump. So with that being said, let's react to Kevin O'Leary, who is very familiar with Canada and his take on the tariffs. Because again, as a businessman, he gets it. He gets it. Not as a liberal economist that lives in theory world, theoretical land. No. Actual business people understand exactly what's happening. And again, that's why the markets are shooting up, because they know that Trump is going to have a good environment for business, and that most likely these tariffs, again, are just a negotiation tool, and that, hey, we're in for a pretty good economy under Trump. I really think he's going to turn things around.
Put up or start paying up. Is this how you get deals done? As tariff threats get world leaders to the table? Let's get the read from a guy who knows a lot about making deals. Kevin O'Leary, chairman of O'Leary Ventures and Shark Tank investor. Kevin, great to see you. I feel like I see you all the time because you're on my house morning and night. My 9 and 11-year-old totally obsessed. They love to watch you make a deal. So is this proof that this is how you get deals done, Kevin?
Yeah, it's an important development, but you know, China Mexico and Canada are completely different in this respect. We know with certainty we're going into NAFTA 3 negotiations. And Trump is smart about this. He's obviously engaged both leaders in both countries. There are different problems in each place. Canada is a huge trading partner, particularly in energy. A huge percentage of energy imported in the U.S. that gives it energy independence comes from Canada, particularly from Alberta, Saskatchewan, and British Columbia. So that's part of the negotiation of NAFTA 3. I think he's positioning. Now, the complexity in the Canadian situation is this. Justin Trudeau is wildly unpopular in Canada. He's been there a long time in the parliamentary system, just like Britain. If you have a prime minister that can't deliver a majority mandate, it's like a piece of old moldy cheese in the fridge. You want to get rid of it. And that's what's going on within his own party. He's surviving these votes. And in fact, there's another one today at 4 o'clock that he'll probably survive. This is a non-confidence vote. That's how they do it in the parliamentary system, to throw the bum out, so to speak. But he won't lose that till around February 15th. So my point is, it won't be Trudeau negotiating with Trump when he's finally in power after January 20th. It's going to be someone else. And I think Trump is smart enough to. So this is a lot of showboating right now, but it's just showing you how powerful he is. Just to put it out, this is policy by social media, and he's got leaders flying to Mar-a-Lago. He doesn't have to go anywhere. He doesn't have to go to the cold weather. He just stays in Florida. Interesting.
Well, we know he's not shy about getting on a plane to go get something done, but will he need to is a big question, of course. This is Canada, Kevin. We're already seeing he's bolstering their border security after these Trump talks. This is according to Canadian officials, so perhaps the preparations are already underway.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Canada should do that for both directions. They should have a secure border. Every country should have that, and I'm sure Trudeau can guarantee him he'll do something. But what's going on, there's a bit of a war in Canada. For example, Alberta wants to be part of this reigniting the Keystone pipeline, and of course Trump needs Alberta to do that. That's where the oil originates from. So already that premier is talking about boots on the ground in the Alberta North Dakota border. All of that stuff is happening simultaneously. There's so many moving parts. I absolutely love it. But at the end of the day, when you've got two partners with so much commerce, so much invested in economics with each other, they're going to work it out. They're going to figure it out. But it may be different players than what you saw over the weekend in Mar-a-Lago. That's all.
Yeah, so I think that's true, right? I think Justin Trudeau is on the way out, right? But Trump knows this, right? He knows this, and that's why he's making him kiss the ring, right? It's a power flex, okay? It's essentially Trump just saying, you want to see a trick, right? Look at what I'm about to do to Justin Trudeau, right? And that's what it is. And it's hilarious to me. It's great. I love to see it. That's exactly how I want my president to be. That's the type of person I want leading this country. I want a strong man leading the country, period. And what Trump was doing there was essentially flexing his strength and crushing Justin Trudeau in the process, right? Hilarious, as this man is probably on the way out of office, out of power. So what you're saying is that Trump is already governing. He's already leading, and the man is not in office yet. We've never seen anything like this before in this country. And I think the funniest part about this is when the economy is stronger than ever before, right? When we have all the good things that happen under Trump, 4 years from now, what are the media going to say? What are all these people that claim that, oh, God, all of these bad things are going to happen under Trump? Trump deporting the illegals is going to drive up prices. The tariffs are going to drive up prices. I wonder what these people are going to say when all of the worst things that they predicted would happen under Trump's administration don't happen, and Trump's administration is actually a success. What are they going to say? Okay, they're going to lose even more credibility. Not that they have any now, but I'm just saying. I just can't wait till these people are proven to be wrong about this administration. I have a very, very, very positive outlook on the second Trump administration. And stuff like this, I think, really, really, really instills confidence in me that, we're going to have a good next 4 years. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.